starting college at 23. So the reason I'm starting college now, and I just started college now, is because I just kind of figured out within the last few months what it was. Because growing up, I never had that conversation with anyone. The friends I had, they never really spoke about it, and they didn't go to college. And growing up, I was also in special ed classes, and that was never a topic of discussion. A lot of people there were either very quiet or they were troublemakers, and no one really talked about their future. I remember even one time we had a substitute teacher that told us that we were gonna all end up working at Walmart and just working at stores and stuff like that. And the thing is about that is that there's nothing wrong with working just in general. There's nothing wrong with working a regular job and doing stuff like that. Whatever. Nothing wrong with that. So when I graduated high school, it was right before the pandemic. And it was hard to get a job because everything was closed down. So right when the summer happened of 2020, that's when I got my first job, and it was hard. Like, I spent a whole year trying to get a job, like, before the pandemic, and it was hard because my social security had my father's, like I didn't do any trouble. I didn't like commit any crimes or anything like that, or I never went to jail or prison. We'll pull stuff up like that because we have the same name. So it was completely hard for me to get a job because of that. So I ended up, after 2 years of struggling, going in and out of jobs for 2 years, like from when I graduated all the way to like 2022, right in the beginning of 2022. I just decided, I want to be a barber. So that way I won't have to show my resume to people and they look at my social security and I can't get a job, and I'm so sorry to going through that. I just wanted to make some money in a legal way. So I tried to go to barber school. In 2022, I got scammed the first time. Immediately, the barber owner teacher wouldn't even show up. So I immediately left that and lost my money. It was terrible. So after like 2 or 3 months of that, April 2022, I go to this new barber school. And it did end up being a scam. But the thing about it is that I was able to like be inside of a shop and learn and make some money because like it did have people to teach me. And the reason it was a scam is because the whole time it wasn't even a barber school, it's a cosmetology school. So when I was gonna do the test, they were telling me, oh, it's gonna be cosmetology. So I'm like, after like a year I was there, I had to like learn about cosmetology. I had to learn about nails. I had to learn about lashes and coloring hair and all that stuff. And I had to learn about, well, you always have to learn about skin regardless. Skin, and then obviously like different types of skin, different hair textures. I was okay with that, perfectly fine. But the other stuff, lashes, makeup and stuff like that, I didn't know anything about. So I had to like learn about that. I never even learned about it, honestly, because I didn't have the time to, because like the school ended up closing down because like a lot of people did complain, and a lot of people did complain because it was a scam. And so I just learned about skin, right? Regardless, I would have had to learn about skin and hair texture and stuff like that. But mostly about skin and different like materials and stuff. So I took the test, missed it by I think it was 9 questions. I'm surprised they even got that far. Plus there was a time on the test and it was 140 questions. So and that was a couple months ago where I took that and I failed that test. So I'm like, wow, the first 2 years I was struggling to get a job. These last 2 years I was getting scammed from 2 barber schools. So I was at this point where I was just like, everything has pretty much failed. Let me just go to college. But right before that thought came, I seen all my peers graduate. And I seen them, get all these majors like sports and medicine, communications and stuff like that. And the reason I never considered college is because it was never on my mind. It was never a thing. I thought like you had to be like a marine biologist to go to college. I didn't know anything about it. I was completely ignorant, and I never spoke about it with anyone. Like I said, I was in special ed classes. That's one. We never spoke about it. And number 2, none of my friends went to college. I have good friends that didn't go, and I'm not saying that they're making the right decision with their life. I don't know what they're doing. I just know they didn't go to college. And I know some friends that are not really doing anything and that didn't go to college. So I just didn't have any friends that went to college, so it never crossed my mind really. Plus, I was brainwashed by the internet to not even ever consider college, because there's all these people on social media making like these videos as millionaires, talking about, oh, it's college is a scam, buy my course and you'll be a millionaire within months, all that stuff. I was brainwashed by all that stuff. And I never bought the courses, thankfully, but I always try to watch as much of those videos as possible. And I try to like find different jobs, work at different jobs, and as well as like also try to do this barber stuff and try to be my own entrepreneur doing it. And everything happens for a reason, and I'm still figuring out what I want to do at college. I've been considering being a doctor a lot of the time, just thinking about that, because I always thought it was cool, like, being in the hospital, working at the hospital, and being in an environment like that, and really doing something important for the world. So yeah, something I've been considering, but I don't know. I might be a lawyer, who knows? I have to know. That's the most important thing. So I have to continue to figure out what I have to do and what I want what I truly want to do. But I think getting up on my feet, being there, this is what it was about. And so far, I've been in it for a month or 2 weeks, and I've been enjoying it completely. This is my 3rd week, actually. So it's Monday. So after this week, it'll be 3 weeks. But I've been enjoying it. It's good. It's something that I needed, because I know for sure that I am getting education. And I know some people be like, oh, it's still a scam. You know what? At least I'm getting my education, and I'm working towards something, and that's the most important thing. So yeah, I love and appreciate all of you, and we out. Subscribe and like, please. You got to. I tell the truth on here. So subscribe and like. Love and appreciate all of you. We out.